This is the official website from Australia Department of Immigration, and you can apply for your Australia tourist visa on this website. In this video, I will show you step by step how to apply for Australia tourist visa. Let's start the video. First thing that I want you to do is that I want you to open your Chrome browser and type IMI account. Click on this link, IMI account Department of Home Affairs online.imi.government.au. Now over here, if you already have an IMI account, you can use your username, password and login. If you do not have it, stay with me. Click on create IMI account. I'll show you from the start how to apply. So first question that it is asking you is what type of service do you need? So I am an individual, so I've clicked on individual. After that, it will ask you personal questions about your name and your email address. So let us say for the purpose of this video, my name is Adam Smith. Smith is my surname and Adam is my first name, my given name. And then I have provided my telephone number and my email address, and then I'll click on continue. Now you need to create a password. Remember that the password should meet these criteria, and after that you need to give some security questions. In case you forget your password, these security questions will help you log back in. And then finally we'll click on I'm not a robot and submit. So I have already filled in the details. I'll click on submit. So these are some information. If you want, you can read it and click on continue. We have successfully created our IMI account. Since we are going to start a fresh application, I'll click on new application. These are different type of visa. So since we are applying for tourist visa, I'll click on visitor. And we are applying for visitor visa subclass 600. So I'll click on visitor visa 600. Now agree to the terms and condition. Click on next. Now this section is asking you for the context from where you are applying. What is your purpose of visit? So first question, is the applicant currently outside Australia? Yes, you are applying from outside Australia. From where you are applying? So current location. So let us say I am applying from India. I have selected India. I am a citizen of India, so I have selected citizen over here. You can be applying from any place, but let us say that if you are applying from UAE, you can select UAE, and if you are a worker there, you can select legal status as worker. Now the next question is purpose of a stay. So if you are applying on a business visitor stream, for example, if you are going there to attend meetings, any conference, you can select business visitor stream. If you will be traveling frequently to Australia, whether for tourism or business, you can select frequent traveler stream. If you are just a tourist, then you can select this fourth part, tourist visa family or friend. So this video is just for the tourist, so I have selected tourist stream. Third part is a sponsored family stream. So let us say that if you have family members in Australia and if they are willing to sponsor you, then you can select a sponsored family stream. So here give the reason why you are visiting. So I am visiting for tourism purpose, so I have selected tourism. Now this is asking you for any date on which you plan to visit Australia. Remember, this is tentative date. You don't have to book flight ticket. If you plan to visit in May, you can give May date over here and you can write something like this. I plan to visit my friend in Sydney from 1st May 2024 to 10th May 2024. So now the next part is group processing. So if you're traveling with your friends or family, you can select yes over here. Remember that all of you will have to separately fill your application. If you're traveling with your wife will need to separately fill her application. But if you guys are filling your form separately, how will the Australian Department of Immigration know that you guys are traveling together? So you need to select yes, and from the back end, if you select yes, ID will be generated and that will link your application together. So I'll show you how you can do that. You can select yes, click on select group, select on no, group name, so you can type family or friend as the case may be, group type family, confirm it. So this group ID has been generated. Now when you will be applying for your wife or for any of your family member, they will give this group ID in their application. So they can just type yes, and then a group ID has been generated, and then give this group ID over there. Your application from backend will get linked. So this is how you link your application. even though you separately fill each one of your application. Next question is a special category of entry. So is the applicant traveling as a representative of foreign government? No. Click on next. So this section is about your passport. Open your passport and provide all the information from your passport over here on this page. So I have provided my surname, which is Smith, my given name Adam. I am a male, my date of birth, my passport number, from where my passport was issued. For me it was India. Place of issue of my passport, date on which my passport was issued, expiry date on passport. All these informations you can get on your passport. Next part is national identity card. So if you are Indian citizen, you should give your Aadhaar card information over here. And if you are a foreign national, depending on your country, you can provide your national identity detail. So yes, I have a national identity card. I'll select on add. So I have given my Aadhaar card details over here. If you are Indian, you will know that Aadhaar card does not have any expiry date. So you can leave that section blank. It is perfectly fine. If you want some help in this application, if you don't know, if you get stuck somewhere, this is the help section. Click on it and it will take you here. As you can see over here, if the national identity document does not have a date of issue or date of expiry, or it is permanent, do not enter a date and leave the field blank. So anywhere if you get stuck in this application, you can click on this help section and that will guide you. Click on confirm. So these details are dummy details over here. Next question is that, is the applicant a Pacific Australia card holder? No. Place of birth, again all these details will be on your passport. City, state, country. Relationship status, I am single, so I'll select never married. I have never been married. So if your name got changed, if you had a different name previously and if it got changed, then you need to click on yes and give details of that name over here. So some women after marriage change their name. So in that case, you need to give your name, your given name, which was your main name, your surname, and why your name got changed. Reason. For most of us, our name will not have changed. So I'll select no over here. So now this question, if you are a citizen of India, whichever passport details that you gave above, you will need to select on yes over here. If you are a citizen of any other country other than India, then you need to click on yes, but it is not possible for Indians because India does not allow dual citizenship. So I'll select no. Previous travel to Australia. So I have not previously traveled to Australia. I'll select no. Has the applicant previously applied for a visa to Australia? This is the first time I'm applying for Australia visa, so I'll select no. Does the applicant have an Australia visa grant number? Again, no. Other passport or documents for travel. Does this applicant have any other passports or document for travel? I'll select no. So the other identity documents could be your birth certificate, your marriage certificate, or your driver license. You can submit any of these documents. The purpose behind submitting all these documents is that it gives legitimacy to your application. So you can click on add. You can provide all these details over here. If let us say that any of your document does not have any identification number, you can just mention that identification number not provided on the document. That is perfectly fine. Next question is health examination. Has the applicant undertaken a health examination? No. Click on next. Now this section is just the confirmation section that whatever details that you have provided about you and your passport is correct, and you can click on yes if it is correct and then click on next. So this is asking if anyone else is traveling with you. So if anyone else is traveling with you, click on yes and then give their details over here. Remember that even if you are saying yes over here and giving their details, you will still need to apply separately for that person. If your wife is traveling with you, you will still need to apply separately for them. Come here, select yes, give her details. And if you remember, we have created a group ID. Use that group ID, link it with your wife application. So for the purpose of this video, I will be selecting no, but you can click on add, and then relationship to the applicant, whatever the relationship is, family name, their given name, and other details you can provide and confirm it, and then click on next. I will be selecting no. So this page is about the contact details. So it is asking you your country of residence. I am applying from India, so my country of residence is India. Your country of residence could be anything. So now this part is about if the Australian Government Office wants to take your interview, which location is closest to your home location. So New Delhi is the option that you can select. Now this part is the residential address, and then there is the postal address. Remember that I would suggest that whatever address is on your passport, whatever is your permanent address, give it as your residential address over here. Postal address is the address where you want to receive any communication. If they send any correspondence, you want to receive it on that address. That could be your postal address. Let us say, for example, your permanent address is in Kolkata, where you are from. But for job related purpose, you are currently in New Delhi. So New Delhi becomes your postal address because you want to receive communication on that address. However, your permanent address still is Kolkata, so you can provide your Kolkata address as residential address. So I have filled my details over here, and I have said that my postal address is same as my residential address. If you select no over here, you will need to give a separate postal address. For the purpose of this video, I will be selecting yes. Click on next. Authorized recipient. Authorized recipients means that any person who can receive correspondence on your behalf. It can be an immigration agent, it could be another person from your family. If you want anyone else to receive any communication on your behalf, that becomes an authorized recipient. If you are applying yourself, and if any correspondence you are getting, you are receiving it yourself, then you should select no over here. If you select no over here, the email address that we have earlier used is showing over here. So this email address, any communication that you will be getting from Australia Department of Immigration, you will be getting on this email address. Click on next. Non-accompanying members of the family unit. So if any family members of your who is not traveling with you to Australia, you need to provide their details over here. Let us say that your family is of 4 members, you, your parents, and your sister. So if you are traveling to Australia just by yourself, and at your home in India you have your parents and your sister, you need to give your parents and your sister details over here. Click on yes and give details of your parents and your sister over here. So I have filled a detail. Let us say that this is my father details, so I have filled his details over here. And if you want to fill your mother detail, you can click on add again and provide your mother detail, and you can provide your sister detail as well by clicking on add. So this question is important from the perspective that it checks whether you have a strong home ties or not. So if you have got family members in your country and you are going to Australia, this suggests that you have got a strong family ties in your home country. And this is important. The reason why it is important is that many people leave their country, go to Australia and settle there. But if they have got a strong family ties in their home country, they have got a reason to return back to their home country. That is why the Australian government checks if you have got family ties in your home country or not. For example, if somebody, let us say someone who does not have any family member in India, he get Australian visa, there is a probability that he may not return back to India. So family ties is one aspect of home ties. Other is that if you have got employment or not. So if you have got employment in your home country, again there is something for you to go back to your home country. If you have got good property, if you have got good investment in your home country, again there is a reason for you to return back to your home country. So now you can click on next. So now this section is asking you how long do you want to stay in Australia, if you want to visit Australia just once, or do you want to visit Australia again. So here is this question, do you want to enter Australia on more than one occasion? Yes. So yes means that you want to visit Australia again after this visit. This could be for many reasons. You have family members, you have friend in Australia and you want to visit them again. Next question is length of stay in Australia. So remember, on a single visit, how long do you want to stay in Australia? You can select even up to 12 months, that on a single visit you want to stay in Australia up to 1 year. But remember, even if you request for up to 12 month stay, it is on the Australian government. They can give you a less period as well. They can give you 3 months as well, even if you say that you want to visit Australia for up to 12 months. So this part is that since we have selected that we want to visit Australia on more than one occasion, they are asking that on the next occasion when we want to visit Australia, do we know the dates? No, we do not know the dates. If we select we do not know the dates, we need to provide reason. Then why do we want to visit Australia again? The answer could be simple, that you have friend in Australia and you want to visit your friend. So I have provided the reason that I have a friend in Sydney and I would like to visit her again. Study while in Australia. So no, I do not want to undertake a course or study in Australia. Relatives, friend or contact in Australia. So this part you need to select yes if you have friend, family, anyone that you know in Australia, and then you need to give their details over here. For the purpose of this video, I will be selecting no over here. Next. Remember, if you miss to fill any detail, this application will not let you move forward. So we missed to update arrival and departure date. So if you remember, I filled 1st May 2024 at the beginning of application as the date on which I intend to arrive. This is a tentative date. You do not need to book flight ticket. I want to reiterate that again. So this is your arrival date. This is my departure date. And now I can click on next. Now this will ask you about your employment status. I am employed, so I will select employed. Again, if you are employed, if you have got family members in your home country, this increases your probability of getting this visa. Now this question, occupation grouping. So if you are a sales worker, you can select sales worker. If you're a laborer, if you can select laborer. If you're just an analyst or a consultant, you can select professional. If you're a manager, you can select manager. So I have filled in a dummy details over here. This is when did you join the organization, your organization name. This is the address of the organization, my cell phone at my work, and this is, let us say, email of my work. If you are giving an email address, make sure that you are giving email address with the domain is of your employer itself. I'm not an employee of Google. This is just for the example purpose that the domain name needs to be from your employer. Now you can click on next. Now this section is also very important. This checks your financial capability, that if this visa is granted to you, will you be able to cover all the expense in Australia or not? So first question is that how you will fund this visit. So if it is self-funded, if you are funding it yourself, click on self-funded. If any other person is helping you, these are other support by other person, you can click on that. If that is the case, you need to provide details what kind of support. So all the fund that is available with you, you can mention it over here. You from your saving bank account, from your fixed deposit, from your PF investment or any other investment. So I have 10 lakh, which is 18,000 Australian dollar in my saving bank account. Any details that you are mentioning over here or related to your employment, any details, any declarations that you are making, you need to provide documents supporting that. So you need to show that you have 10 lakhs in your bank account. Click on next. So now this part is about health declaration. So this is asking you few questions to check about your health status. So first question is that if you have lived in any country for more than 3 consecutive months, which is not your home country, in this case not India. So other than India, if you have lived in any country in the last 5 years for more than 3 months, select yes. If not, select no. So if you intend to visit hospital or healthcare in Australia, select yes, else no. Intend to work, study or train healthcare worker, work within a healthcare facility while in Australia? No. Train with aged care or disability care while in Australia? Again, no. So these are a standard question. Read these questions, and if none of this applies to you, select no. If anything applies to you, if you intend to do anything, then honestly declare it over here. Has any applicant currently have tuberculosis, close contact with family member that has active tuberculosis, ever had a chest x-ray which showed an abnormality? No. If during your visit to Australia you need treatment for any of these, blood disorder, pregnancy, mental illness, select yes again, otherwise no. If you require assistance with mobility or care due to medical condition, again no. Click on next. Again, these are some character declaration question. This checks your character. This checks whether you have been criminally involved or not. This checks if you are a sex offender or not, and this checks whether any arrest warrant is issued on your name or not. So if you have been convicted in any crime or not. So if you have overstayed your visa in any country or not, including the country of Australia, if you have ever been deported from any country or not. So depending on your own situation, answer these questions honestly. For most person, all these questions, the answer will be no, but depending on your own situation, read everything in detail and then answer it according to your own situation. Click on next. So this part is about visa history. So if you have previously held or currently hold a visa to Australia or any other country, so if you select yes, you need to give details of whichever country visa you are currently having. So if you have United States visa, say that you have United States visa. If you have UAE visa, say that you have UAE visa. Or if you have previously held visa for that country, you can select that you have had visa for UAE from this period to this period you have had visa. So similarly you can fill this depending on your own situation. I will be selecting no. Has the applicant ever been in Australia or any other country and not complied with visa condition, or if you have ever been deported from any country? Again, answer this honestly. If you have not been deported, select no. Now this part is about visa refusal. A lot of you could be having visa refusal. So if you have visa refusal, select yes and give details why your visa you think was refused and from which country it was refused. If you never had any visa refusal, click no and click on next. So these are again some declaration where you are taking some undertakings. Also you are saying that every information that you have provided is correct to the best of your knowledge and you are not misleading anyone. So have you read and understood the information? Yes. Have provided complete and correct information? Yes. Read all these questions, agree to it and click on next. So does the applicant want to apply for the priority consideration? So if there is some urgency and if you want to visit Australia on priority, you can pay additional 1000 Australian dollars and your application will be fast tracked. Do it only if you have some urgency and you want the visa on a priority basis. If you can wait a bit, I'll suggest that you do not need to apply under priority consideration. Remember, even if you apply under priority consideration by paying 1000 Australian dollars, this will not increase the probability for you to get this visa. So this does not affect that. The only thing that this affect is that you will get your visa in a shorter duration. So I'll click on no, I do not want the priority consideration, and I will click on next. So this is the page. I'll review all the details. It is important that whatever details that you have filled, check it once, check it twice, but make sure that the details are correct. If you are sure that whatever details that you have filled is correct, click on next. Now this part is about document. So first part is required. Required means that these documents are mandatory. Second part is recommended. Recommended means that these document, if you upload, this will strengthen your visa application, and your probability of getting this visa will increase if you upload these documents as well. So I will suggest that upload all the required documents, upload these documents as well. So all these documents are not mandatory, but if you have given a declaration example about your employment, upload this document. And since it is a tourist visa, obviously you will need fund to support yourself. That is why this document financial status is also important. If you're traveling with your family member, give their name and this document about what you intend to do when you are in Australia. You can create a purpose of visit and then you can upload it over here. So this part, evidence of the applicant's previous travel. So if you have traveled to other countries previously, you can upload your visa stamps, exit or entry stamps, that is on your passport. National identity document other than passport is your Aadhaar card if you're Indian, and then travel document is your passport. So this is the list of the documents that you can upload. I'll make a separate video talking in detail about all the documents that I just talked briefly, and then you can click on next. If you click on next, since I have not uploaded any document, it will ask me that why I am moving forward if I have not uploaded any document. So I will say test, confirm it, and I will submit now. So this is the payment that you need to make, 190 Australian dollar. Select debit card, credit card, or any way that you want to make payment. Submit the details, click on submit, and this is how you fill your Australian tourist visa. Comment your reason of visiting Australia, whether is it for family or friend or just for tourism. Also remember to like and subscribe. I will give my Instagram handle in the description section as well as on the screen you can see. Reach out to me on Instagram, and I will be coming shortly with another video on document section in much more detail. So I hope you liked my content. Thank you so much.